Go ahead and draw the arms.
Mother, stand. Upon Hakidam, face the east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kadash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Lakwaka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Barakaza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Thundanawa. Lakam. Call. Yawam. Wasalak now. Waki now. Wasalak now. Waki now. Wala'ah. Shambayaya now. Manasa. Abor. Habashaya now. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Lakam. Malakwa. Wa'ala. Watapar. Walayam. Aman.
The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us of our debts. As we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Amen. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Alahari. Mayan. Yaba'ah. Azari. Ma'an. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Warakaza. Al-Yatan. Lamawat. Bagalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Na'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yasham. Shalmar. Yashala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Kazalka. Yad. Yamyanka. Yawamam. Shemash. La'ah. Wa'arak. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Call. Right. Yashamar. After Pascha. Yahweh. Yashamar. Kazaka. Wabawaka. Mayaka. Arulam.
Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes. To the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon. The Lord shall from all. He shall preserve soul. The Lord shall like going out. Coming in. Time forth. Forevermore.
Purple power in the Hebrew. Bashim Yahushua. Babakasha. Thundanawa. Raba'ah. Call Makalah. Call Madawa. That's a heart. Amatazariah. Lahaku. Amaki. Akak,
Akak,
Arakawa,
Arakawa,
Hataba'ala,
Hatama'ala,
Darshan,
Darshan,
Bashim Yahushua,
Bashim Yahushua,
the Waraman.
Tuaraman,
The power in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
name Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the
The
power.
power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of
And
sickness,
all manner of disease.
All
The
manner of disease.
power to cleanse the leper.
Power to cleanse the
The
lepers.
power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them
In
out.
the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai.
name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
prayer for the blessing of Israel in Hebrew, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashim Yahushua,
Bashim Yahushua,
Barakanau,
Barakanau,
Wayashala,
Wayasha,
Wabayah,
Wabayah,
Paris,
Sapari,
Barak,
Barak,
Rabah,
Rabah,
Gun,
Magan,
Gun.
Hagan.
Say the name of loved ones once, everyone repeats the name once.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
ISUPK Minnesota.
ISUPK
Minnesota.
The Rawlins family.
Rollins family.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
UPK Minnesota.
UPK Minnesota.
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Jamie.
Jamie.
Annalie.
Annalie.
Whitney.
Whitney.
The McIntosh family.
McIntosh family.
Raphael.
Raphael.
Kayala.
Kayala.
Zaryal.
Zaria.
Your man B.
UMP.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
David Johnson,
J.B. Johnson.
Irma Johnson,
Irma Johnson.
Monique Johnson,
Monique Johnson.
Kenneth Johnson,
Kenneth Johnson.
Monet Johnson,
Monet Johnson.
Alfie Surratt,
Alpha Surratt.
ISUPK Minneapolis.
ISUPK Minneapolis.
ISUPK Minneapolis,
ISUPK Minneapolis.
Stanley Hall.
Stanley Hall.
Charles Putnam.
Charles Puckett.
Charles Puckett.
all of Israel,
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Bashim Yahushua.
Bashim Yahushua.
The Waraman.
Tualaman.
Bless Israel in English. Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
In the school.
In the school.
Bless, heal, shield, protect.
Bless you, shield, protect.
Loved ones.
Our loved ones.
In the name of Yahweh
In the name
Shai.
of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayah.
Al-Damayah.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Al-Takarat.
Al-Takaras.
Al-Tashaqwa.
Al-Tashaqwa.
All.
All.
Kayahana.
Kayana.
Al-Yabika.
Yagita.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Rash.
Ar. Imaka.
Yamaka.
Yaryumba.
Yaryum.
Sawara.
Sawat.
Wayata.
Wayaka.
Yatazawa.
Yakazawa.
Altazabopaka.
Al-Tazapam.
Amarwa.
Amaru.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Unakidam.
Rakidam.
Magali.
Magali.
Wala.
Wala.
Yazakar.
Yasakar.
Sham.
Sham.
Yashal.
Yashal.
Awar.
Aiwa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Natazawa.
Atazawa.
Ba.
Ba.
Yakadwa.
Yakaba.
Alyaka.
Ayaka.
Baria.
Baria.
Yakarakwa.
Yakarawa.
Arya.
Ali.
Arawam.
Adawam.
Wa.
Wa.
Shemai.
Reshemai.
Alayom.
Alayam.
Wa'aba.
Mawa'ab.
Wa'agari.
Wa'agari.
Ba.
Ba.
Wa'imawan.
Wa'amal.
Wa'imalak.
Wa'amalak.
Falashak.
Alashak.
Ain.
Ain.
Yishabi.
Yishabi.
Tazawar.
Tasawar.
Gam.
Gam.
Ashawar.
Ashabo.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Ahmam.
Hayawa.
Ayaw.
Zarwa.
Zawa.
Labanya.
Labanya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Selah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamajit.
Kamar.
Kasiyasara.
Asayasara.
Kayabit.
Kayabi.
Markao.
Manko.
Kayaswan.
Yasmu.
Nashab Madwa.
Ashimad.
Bayandar.
Bayandar.
Hayawa.
Ayaw.
Daman.
Naman.
Ladama.
Ladam.
Shatamba.
Shatam.
Nara.
Nara.
Ya.
Ya.
Mawa.
Mawa.
Kara.
Kara.
Wakazaaba.
Wakazab.
Wakazaba.
Wakazab.
Wakazal.
Wakazal.
Manai.
Manai.
Kal.
Kal.
Nasayakamba.
Asakam.
Shah.
Asab.
Marwa.
Amar.
Narasha.
Narash.
Lanawa.
Lanaw.
Wa.
Wa.
Alahaya.
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 Shatamba.
Santama.
Goka.
Go.
Kwash.
Quas.
Napanya.
Upon.
Waka'a.
Waka.
Kash.
Gas.
Tabara.
Tabar.
Wakalahaba.
Wakala.
Kalahat.
Kalahat.
Harya.
Arya,
Khan.
Khan.
Dardap.
Dardap.
Basaraka.
Asara.
Wabasa.
Bas.
Paka.
Paf.
Tabalaham.
Tabalam.
Mala'at.
Malat.
Panyaham.
Panyam.
Kalawan.
Palawan.
Wabakashwa.
Abakas.
Shemka.
Shemka,
Yahawa.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Bash.
Waba'awa.
Babaw.
Aya.
Ay.
Ai.
Ay.
Wakapawa.
Wakapal.
Wabadwa.
Wabad.
Wadawa.
Wadaw.
Kayata.
Kayak.
Ka.
Shika.
Yahawa.
Yahweh.
Baka.
Bat.
Ayawan.
Aliwan.
Ah.
Ah.
Ka.
Ka.
Kaharakaza.
Arakza.
Good Spanish word. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence,
Not that side.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Not that
and
peace.
be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make the tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have
against thy
taken
people. Select it. They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken
They
crafty
take
counsel
counsel
against thy people,
against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
let us cut them off for being a nation,
let us cut them off and be the nation.
that the name of Israel
That the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together for
They
consent.
are confederate against
They
them.
are
They are
confederate
confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Israelites
of Moab,
of Moab,
the Garians,
the Garians,
the Baal,
boss,
and Ammon, and Amalek,
and Amalek.
the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also was joined with them.
So also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
That hope the children of Lot,
Salah,
Salah,
doing to them as unto the Midianites, Sisera,
as the sister,
as to Jabin,
as the Jabin,
at the brook of Kisan,
Brooklyn's son,
which
They
they became as dung for the earth.
came as dung for the earth.
Make the no
it looks like a rib,
and like Zeeb,
like Zeeb,
yea,
yea,
all the princes as Sabbath,
all the princesses of fire,
and as the moon,
and as the moon,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of God in
the
possession.
house of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a wheel,
Make them
like
like
we
wood.
will.
as the stubble before the wind,
As
Stubble before the wind.
as the fire burneth the wood,
Fire burns wood.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
As the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
Persecute them with thy tempest.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they might seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded in trouble
Let them be
be
confounded in trouble.
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let it be put to shame
and perish,
and perish.
that men may know that thou,
That they may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the
Art
earth.
the most
the
high
most high
over
of all the earth.
All right, power structure. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed be Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Name of Yahweh Shai.
listen to us now,
Listen to us now.
right now.
right now,
Sin evils and curses,
Sin evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
punishment and
to
destruction
the heathen
to the
that
heathen
speak against
that
us,
speak against
thy
us,
prophets,
thy
the
prophets,
teachers,
the teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the
the
priests,
Israelite
the
brothers,
Israelite
in
brothers,
the school,
and the school,
sin evils and curses,
the evil and
and
curses,
punishment and destruction
punishment and destruction
to the heathen,
to the
and
heathen,
shake loose
and shake
the
loose
treasures of the rich of Israel
the treasure of the great of Israel,
that refuse to give to the school,
that refuse to give to the school,
force their riches to enter
force their riches to enter
into thy sanctuary,
into thy sanctuary,
sin evils and curses,
sin evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
punishment and
to
destruction
the Edomites,
to
and
Edomites,
the nations,
and the
in
nations,
their drug dealing,
the drug
the
dealing,
court system,
the court
the
system,
prison system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic
the
Church,
Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
Skinheads,
cosmomatizers,
Cosmomatizers,
the gay movement,
the gay movement,
the lesbian
lesbian
movement,
movement,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
NASA space program,
Army,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet,
open up the
and
internet,
the airways,
and the airways,
cable access channel,
Cable access
and the radio channel.
and the radio channel.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people
convict the spirit of any of thy people
that seek to stop
that
us,
seek to stop
and
us,
bring swift destruction
Bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
all the heathen
that stand in the way
Stand in the way.
or try to stop us from broadcasting your word
Broadcasting your word.
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues,
Loose all the plagues.
cause them to go to and
Cause
fro
them to go to and fro.
through the earth and consume them.
The earth will consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
and the murder.
and murder.
Let Yahweh Shai,
Let Yahweh Shai,
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel,
come down to flying saucers
down to flying
and
saucers,
punish all the heathens
punish all the heathen
that come up against
that
us
come up against
as
us.
we speak thy word.
As we speak thy word,
Cause it to be known by all
cause it to be known by all
that it is the angels that have done
Yes,
it.
the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media
Cause it to be spread through the heathen
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake thy
In the
hand.
name of Yahweh Shai,
And Yahweh Shai,
thank you always.
thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sorry.
Scroll, put it back onto the scroll. Put it on the scroll.
Do it. So.
Last out. You Shabia, need to be seated.
Keep this down for the wood. Can you put that down on the floor? A little bit more. Down more. And that's perfect. The walk. All right. So as you see, we just got done with the prayers. We are going to get into Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, which you are still in. I believe we should be done with this chapter by, I want to say next week, because I think it's a little longer.
Yeah.
Yep. So we halfway through, and we are pretty much going to recap from the last time that we had Sabbath service. All right. Okay. I think that was like around summer Passover. All right. So if anybody got any questions or concerns, definitely raise your hand. But we are going to get into it. And shalom, Lord Christ, to all the brothers and sisters that checked in the chat. Oh, sorry, Christ. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 14.
Oh, and Salaki, the brother's going to read in the Tanakh. If you don't know what the Tanakh is, it's going to be in the Hebrew. All right. Go ahead, Salaki.
Takoyawa. Atakowa. Bakayan. Oh. Wayan. Allah. Lamalak. Ma. Kaya. Karawanya. Ka. Hamawana. Verse 15. Akara. Bakawataza. Wadabar. Alaya. Mabaya. Ashar. Bashada. Bakara.
Hey, little man, make sure that you're paying attention. I
Yamawa.
got my eye on you, all right?
Washar. Bayar. Right. What the bar? What? What called? Noah. Verse 16. What Paul? Tower. Palaya. Tayam. Wayawa. Ah. Aharayam. Kawayanya. Agayawa. Alam. Amawa. Ayash. Right? Wanawa. Verse 17. Ka. Ayatayam. Tarapa. Yana. Mayam. Verse 18. Wakagara Rawa. Shakoyam. Waka Satya. Sata. Awatam. Palak. Palak Palak. Tazawa. Zawa. Ka. Panyam. Bawasha. Wabakal. Washayam. Quarka. Verse 19. Kasapam. Bakawata Zawaf. Washagakoa. Azabam. Lanada. Yahaya. Kasapam. Wazabam. La. Yawakal. La Taza. Yalam. Baryawam. Ibara. Yahweh. Napasham. La. Yashab. Iwa. Wamai. Yaham. La. Yamal. Awa. Kaya. Makashwa. Iwanam. Haya. Verse 20. Wataza. Baya. Adayawa. Lagawan. Shamawa. Wataza. Lamayam. Lamaya. Tawai. Badam. Tequara. Tazayam. Aishawa. Bawa. I, Khan, Natatayawa, Laam, Lanada. Verse 21. Wanatatayawa.
No. 20.
Oh.
It was in 20. So that was it.
Yeah, stop because I'll keep running.
Yeah, God. That's a good one. You're getting a little overzealous over there. I'm glad you called it out because I would have been like, hold on, wait a minute. All right, so as you see, the brother did an amazing job, of course, reading the 7 verses in the scriptures of, the Tanakh. Now we're going to get into the English, all right? Does anybody remember the last thing that we touched on in Ezekiel? That was here, last Sabbath service. Like, what did we talk about last time? Anybody know? Okay. If y'all want to recap, and we can go back a little bit, because I'm back anyway. Let's see. What was talked about was the Most High explaining what He was doing of Israel because of their wicked ways and their disobedience towards the Lord. All right. And of course, throughout this entire chapter, he gets into great detail of what's going to happen and what's going to come. All right. And some of the things that we read in the scriptures is actually happening today. Go ahead. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like history is like repeating itself. You know what I mean? With, because we're still underneath the curses. For all the plagues and the consumption, right. The famine and what's the other one? I said pestilence, right? Yeah, pestilence, famine. See what I'm saying? Plagues, all those things. All those things are happening today. Okay, we'll just go ahead. War as well. Right. Absolutely. Actually, it speaks a little bit about that with the scripture that we are going to get into right now. So yeah, let's get into it. Can you read verse 13 for me, real quick? Mm-hmm.
Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 13. For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive.
Mm-hmm.
For the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof.
Now stop right there. What is that talking about so far? Is this physical or is it a metaphor?
This is physical right here.
Right.
When it says the seller not return to that which is sold.
Mm-hmm. God, and that's happening right now. That's right. What is that, like the trading market?
Right.
Or like the farmland.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's happening today. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a few articles as of lately as far as what's happening on people's farms. Right. You know what I mean? All around, like anywhere that there's land, I'm talking about for black people and for white people that has a farm or has land. Like it's like the Most High is cursing it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what's been happening. Like, do you see that?
Right. I've been seeing that. Also this what we call this today a bad investment.
A bad investment, Con. Absolutely. Yeah, you got to be wise and careful. Go ahead.
Just right quick.
Yep.
As America goes down, there's going to be a rise in bad investments. Bad investments because you ever notice getting hit up on your Facebook and your messenger for everybody wanting you to get this type of you ain't never seen a push for stocks.
Yes, that's right.
Yes. I mean, if they soliciting us for stocks, things must be going pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because 20 years ago, how many of us knew anything about the stock market? We don't know the language. We don't know anything.
Right.
But now people start because you got a lot of scammers out there that want you to make bad investments.
Right.
So that they can get rich, And this stuff has been happening to black people for a long time. they're doing it to white people now.
Yeah.
Black people, they had us in all types of damn Ponzi schemes back in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know,
That's right. Yeah.
Amway Global.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember Amway Global wasn't Amway Global. And they had Ponzi schemes that had a bunch of black people in it.
Yeah.
You know, investing in that, selling their products and paying them to sell their products.
Right.
And then once you sell the products, you got to give them a cut of the products, and they use that your own business, so you don't think about how much you spend it.
Right.
Or how much effort you're putting into it, because in your mind you think you're doing this for your own business. You ain't doing this for your own business. You're doing it for theirs.
Yeah.
I knew people that was with that for 5 years, 10 years, and ended up having to cut their losses. The more that you invest in something like that, the bigger the loss.
Yeah, it's really the same thing with the cryptocurrency.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I have crypto, you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, my money goes a little up and down, but you gotta be very wise on what you're buying on there,
Right.
because you may lose all your money.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, I'm being learned, talk the game
Right.
as we speak by other brothers who know how to,
Right.
really do it.
Right. Here's a word to the wise right here. Don't invest in what you can't afford to lose.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
that's the name of the game right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know.
Mm-hmm. It's like, go ahead.
That's the way rich people do it. They don't, they don't. A lot of times they don't just put everything into one thing. They put a little piece here, a little piece there.
Right. Yeah.
Just like the scriptures say, sow your seed among many waters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there.
And that really should be common sense, because a lot of people, like, we all know that term that you hear in the world, like, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have, you gotta have multiple resources.
Right.
Otherwise, if you just put everything in just this basket, what's gonna happen is you may lose it all.
Basket gone.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you got gone.
Right. And it's the same thing when it comes to the farming and things of that sort. You gotta be wise about that.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of people's land is being cursed. I think they call it in the scriptures, underneath the curse, the land that won't till.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but let's keep going.
Right. Although they were yet alive,
Mm-hmm.
for the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof.
Meaning they're seeing it. Go ahead.
Right.
It's like we're gonna look at this about this. Because this was I would say, I want to see if I can properly draw a correlation between certain verses, like if they had restored the pledge, prepare slaughter for their children for the iniquity of their father. These people were still alive.
Right.
They could have done something.
Right.
They could have returned, which was sold.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They didn't. Their fathers, everybody will talk about how much we hate, Esau and our oppressor and every other nation that's harmed Israel. But they people could have done something to prevent the Most High from being against them.
Yeah.
So, like, dig up, what's his name? Dig up Osama bin Laden and talk to him about it. Dig up Saddam Hussein, talk to him about it. Dig up Thomas Jefferson, go talk to him about it.
Right.
Don't complain to the Most High, because your forefathers put you in a bad spot.
Right.
Because they were alive at one point and they could have done something about it.
Right. And you making a heck of a point right there. And even Bin Laden's 52 brothers and sisters could have done something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a heck. So they whole family.
Right.
The house of Saud.
Oh yeah.
The Saudi Arabians. 15. They have 15,000 members that family members in their family, and all of them filthy rich.
Yeah.
They could do something, but instead of what they're doing, instead they're getting black women and everything to go over to their country and to Dubai, over in Dubai, and treating them like and peeing on them, doo-dooing on them.
Yeah.
I
remember hearing about that.
Yeah, that's why they call it doo-doo Dubai.
Yeah, I heard about that.
They totally degrading black women over there. That's their payment. That's their payback, right?
Right.
They're paying us that way. And everybody know what the house of Saul got rich off of slaves.
Slaves. I was absolutely, yeah, that's right. But I mean, of course, just like how the Bible talks about the pride that Esau has.
Right.
I mean, these other nations got pride in them to where they feel like they don't owe us nothing.
Right.
They owe us everything. And all I want from a heathen is their life. That's all I want. You know what I'm saying? I just want their life. So that way, I can feel better about, someone that I lost.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, keep going. But that's a great point though, from everybody. That's absolutely what's going on today, and it's gonna continue to go on until we stop it. All right, go ahead.
Which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life.
We just said that. Go ahead.
Right.
You want to say
all the wicked and evil practices they've been doing, they're not going to be able to prosper off of it like they've been able to do in the past.
Right.
All of these practices, all of these, the ways that they didn't got, all of the multitude of ways they didn't got rich off of us, that stuff's going to come to a close.
That's right. Yeah. The Most High, that's going to put a stop to it. You see what I'm saying? He's going to put a stop to it now. When that does happen, or like it is right now, they are going crazy.
Right.
Now you got to figure out how to, play it smart and legal.
Right.
You know what I mean? No more sex trafficking. That's big money.
Yeah.
I think it's over $2 billion.
Probably more.
Yeah. It's probably more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's probably more. All of these countries is in on it.
Yeah.
We have to think.
Also too, there are entertainers and celebrities all into that shit.
Right. Christian pastors.
Yeah. Christian pastors. Do y'all remember when that whole thing had came out? The whole thing that came out where a lot of people were getting exposed. See what I'm saying? Like Ellen, Obama, Oprah. Like instead of them going to jail, they had house arrest. And then it was big name companies: Walt Disney, Apple, Hulu. I want to say Netflix was on there. Microsoft. Like all these companies that we support are involved in sex trafficking. The owners of these companies,
right?
And it was like a long ass list that Kanagabar had showed me. It's somewhere on Facebook to this day. Go ahead.
I could. Walt Disney is legendary for it.
Absolutely.
Walt Disney. I remember all the Disney shows. All the Disney shows.
Yeah.
All of them kids, they sex all of those kids.
Absolutely.
All of those. You think about it. Look at the
Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears.
Yeah,
they all came from this. You see, Demi Lovato is just out of control. Like she has a bad cocaine addiction.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And she doesn't care. Also, too, she funds a lot of rehab centers, but it's all a scam. You see what I'm saying? It's all a scam. You know what I mean? I was just looking at that too, because there was like a lot of people talk about how Demi Lovato was giving back to the community, but she's really getting a pay and cut and doing some stuff on the side.
Right.
And so it's all a game. It's all a cover up.
Yeah,
but you was gonna say something else?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's all a scam. They're not doing nothing because it's really to help humanity.
Right.
As we be thinking, these celebrities ain't helping no damn humanity. They helping another agenda while having us think that they're helping. There's these great humanitarians and all of that garbage. Right. If they such good humanitarians, then why in the hell ain't they helping the hood?
That's right. Yeah.
It's like if I may just again, they're alive right now.
Right.
They got the resources and the means and the influence to do something about it.
Right.
Instead, their cocaine habit got them preoccupied.
Right.
Their lust and their sexual deviancies got them. I mean, doing all types of whatever.
Right. And you know what? Like what they did with Bill Cosby and all of that, right? And R. Kelly and all of that. What they did is Hollywood culture.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the culture in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. What is a Hollywood? A Hollywood is a sorcerer's stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it be. You ever see like the witches, the warlock type dudes, and they got that twisted.
Wine.
Yeah. That's a Hollywood.
Yeah. It's in the name.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was blown away when I found out. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Now think about it for a second. Now, with the television, look at the television, right? What would they have called a television 500 years ago?
Sorcery.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why they call it Hollywood.
Hollywood. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Now, why do y'all think they would call it sorcery for the television? Like you said, 500 years ago. I get it automatically. It makes sense. Go ahead.
I don't know if this is, I don't want to put this on the blanket here, but like the technology,
In a sense.
Right.
Yeah.
able to, it's like, I don't know how to phrase it.
Yeah. No, you're definitely onto it though. Like anybody else, why do you think they would consider that to be sorcery, which is wickedness, of course? I don't want to give too many other words away. Go ahead.
I do because they're trying to control their mind.
That too.
Yeah, that too. Yep. Go ahead.
With the ability to cast those images,
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Yep.
Subliminal
Yes.
imagery.
And yes, go ahead.
If anybody ever, I remember in the 90s, Tuba Karab, he would always talk about, yeah, man, I seen this and that on the television, the subliminal imagery. I seen this, the flash that said witches. I'm thinking, he's tripping.
Yeah.
Until I seen it myself.
Yeah.
It was a look, it was just watching TV and then it just flashed witches real quick.
Yeah.
And then went back into the show.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I see it all the time. Like back in those, Illuminati days.
Right.
Bullshit. But of course, they use all that for marketing, especially celebrities. The 666 and the triangle eye and the checkered floors, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Wearing demonic stuff.
Right.
It's all marketing. You know what I mean? But I didn't know this until I grew up. Right. Watching, I seen a video. I still got this video somewhere. I got the video on Facebook, I think, where someone had posted a video of showing all the little messages inside Walt Disney's old cartoons,
Right.
like Mickey Mouse and shit.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a picture of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and how Mickey was holding her body, the dress shape was like as a rod. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then that one Tom and Jerry, like I love Tom and Jerry, but that one time where Jerry had pretty much stuck some behind butt and he smiled and giggled about it. It was very weird. And I remember just, and it's like, I missed that. I never thought of it. Like I never, as a kid, like what? And it's like, I remember that episode, but I never thought anything of it. And it's just like, that's crazy.
Right.
Like our oppressor really is the devil. He's very disgusting. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna put a subliminal in there, like make it be like something dope or cool. You know what I mean? Like for example, like the show Lovecraft Country.
Right.
You know what I mean? It shows you a lot of black stuff, a lot of black history that you don't see on an everyday basis that Black History Month doesn't teach.
Right.
Like stuff like that is dope. And when you catch it, you know what I mean? Like they call it Easter eggs.
Right.
Finding the Easter eggs in the show. But that stuff right there with the cartoons, good night.
Right.
Good night.
Remember that movie Inception?
I love that movie. Yes.
That's what they actually doing.
Yes.
They're injecting their thoughts into you.
Yes.
And then making you believe that these are actually your thoughts too.
Right.
But it was implanted.
Right.
Just like what the serpent did with Eve in the garden.
Yeah, absolutely.
She didn't have those type of thoughts of being a god or nothing at first. She didn't have that.
Until the opportunity approached her.
Yeah,
Right.
and he inserted that in her.
Right.
And that's what serpents do. They hit you with the venom.
Yeah.
That's why the serpent's teeth is like they are. They got the holes in them to shoot venom inside.
Yeah, venom. Yeah.
And that's what he did with her mind.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Like, so like just a sidebar. I know it's kind of a joke, right? But I remember some sisters in the school was talking about when the kingdom come, they want to see Eve. You know what I mean? Because of the periods, the flowers and the childbirth, the pain. They was like, yeah, I want to see her one-on-one when I see her. I'm like, y'all stupid as hell. Y'all funny.
This is the thing though. Eve repented.
She did.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of think about it. What was in Eve, what was inserted in Eve, is 1,000-fold worse.
Yeah.
Than the women nowadays.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eve was corrected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't think so? Well, okay. Eve didn't get down nowhere near like the women nowadays. Eve never became a lesbian.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. Eve never. She didn't have children and kill them.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Eve didn't do none of that. You know.
Yeah.
So I didn't say every generation gets wickeder and wickeder.
Right.
That stuff didn't come till much later on.
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying? And the sisters nowadays, what they need to do is pray that they can repent like Eve. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Also, too, a sister just said, Sister Azara said, all the devil's cartoons got some gay stuff going on. But yeah, and that's very like now it's so open where like we see that's normal. Just how there was a point where we knew that homosexuality wasn't something that was, you know what I'm saying? Now they made it acceptable. Now they're making everything acceptable. Like a lot of the shows that I watch, I always get surprised, but then again, I shouldn't be surprised by just gay stuff in there. Just a lot of homosexuality for no reason. Go ahead.
Well, I say about kids cartoons on there, they can't even watch TV.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, like the worst gay show I ever seen had to be what it's called Uncle Grandpa. That was that was disturbing to me. Like just the name itself. You know, it's giving, it's very, it sounds like a pedophile type of kid show.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the stuff that was in there was pretty foul. It was pretty foul. You see what I'm saying? And this is on Cartoon Network.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think they canceled it. But anyway. Well, you want to say something?
Yeah, just like who's the name of that show?
Well, I just said it.
No, it's the one with the pedophile old dude.
Oh, you're talking about Family Guy.
Yeah.
You're talking about Mr. Herbert.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be Mr. Herbert. Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, somebody. I love Family Guy. That's my.
I know it is funny.
It's funny, but at the same time, it's dope. I mean, it's like it's funny, but it's like damn.
And Stewie's a little homo himself.
No, he's very gay.
Yeah.
He's very gay.
A little Grecian. He's He's like what do you want to call it? He's like some type of ancient Roman throwback.
Something like that, yeah. Now, one show I cannot watch is American Dad, because after I seen the alien and the dad on that table, I said no, it's too much, and that alien is really out there. Like,
the alien.
Man, they just like really pushed it hard on American Dad. I was like, nah, I can't watch this. But definitely Family Guys though, it's funny. You know what I mean? They don't really put too much gay stuff in there, but they have their little moments. Like, cause Stewie got a thing for his teddy bear, Rupert, and then he got a thing for Brian. You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, it's crazy. But it's just our world oppressor is the devil, man. Our world oppressor is really, really the devil. Very disgusting. But let's continue though. Let's try to make this like at least an hour or so.
14.
Go ahead.
They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle.
Right, and we were just talking about the wars and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like all the distractions going on in the earth, how can you be prepared for a battle?
Right.
You are distracted. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. You are not going to you're not going to hear the signs. See the signs or hear the warning signals. You feel me? Like that's the issue today. That's why a lot of people be like, damn, what's going on in Israel? What's going on in Palestine? And like, you haven't heard? You was too busy getting high. That's why you don't know what's going on.
Right.
You don't know that there's war in America? You see what I'm saying? Like there's all types of different wars that's going on. Right. Psychological warfare. Would you say
economic warfare?
Economic warfare.
Right. Geographic warfare.
You say again?
Geographic warfare.
All that stuff. Yeah.
You know.
And then also too, once again, our children being attacked by the media. See what I'm saying? Our, just adults being attacked by the media. Like it's all a distraction. Ain't no wrong watching no damn TV or a movie. That's cool and fine, but still stay, educated on what's going on around you, because otherwise, it really pops off how the scripture talks about you not gonna know what to do. See what I'm saying? Like in the UPK, we have procedures. We have what to do if this or that happens. Right. We already are prepared. Right. So when we see the signs or hear about what's going on, we know what to do. We know the next step. See what I'm saying? So go ahead and kick back and enjoy yourself, enjoy life. But when it's time, you know what to do. That's why these classes are very important. We don't just be sitting there talking for no damn reason. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, anybody can talk in front of a damn camera, a computer, whatever. But it's another thing, like what's important? What do you get out of these classes? That's really what's important, okay? Because we are speaking about the words of the Most High. And these records will save your life. It will keep you alive. Meanwhile, the Christian church, you thinking that's helping you out, it's killing you. All right? Keep going, unless you want to say something.
For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof.
There you go. That's us. We are the multitude. The Most High's wrath is among some of us. You see the way brothers and sisters is dying left and right. It's not a coincidence that 10 people got shot last night or something like that in Minneapolis and 2 injured. It's not a coincidence that something happened the day before and the day before that. Right. It's not a coincidence. Right. And I just keep looking at my phone like, good night. Good night. And there is a gang war. So, if you celebrate holidays and birthdays, I would stay in the house if I was you. I wouldn't even, partake in that, because a little girl just lost her life playing at a birthday party, and she gets shot in the head versus the one that the bullet was really meant for. Right. You might want to think about that. You want to protect your nieces and your nephews and your children and yourself, because that bullet can hit you and everybody else. All right? Bullets do not have names.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And you want to be, you want to be mindful who you are around too, because you never know what's going on in their life. Right. Everything might be cool and fine and handy dandy, but some may happen that was meant for them, but you end up taking the punishment. Right. Be careful now. I ain't saying you can't hang out with people in the world, but be very mindful. You better run their resume. All right, go ahead.
Right. I remember back in the day, because it was like this one neighborhood in Louisville. It was the hood on one side, and it was suburbia on the other side, right? Yeah. Me and Karab used to joke on how the bullets that we fire don't even go down their neighborhood, like the bullets, bullets have eyes and don't even go over there. Yeah. But only be over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
First, yeah. You know what? In Minnesota's like that. I lived in Minneapolis mainly all my life, right? But being in Minneapolis, I remember when I was renting this place from Quinayala. He's like my landlord. I was renting out of this room. Over north. So on the next block, a whole lot of violence happened. On my block, nothing. Right. I'm talking about like the crib. It's a house, but the crib is literally on the end of the block. When I tell you the next block, niggas be having shootouts, it be right there. Right. And then a block down behind the house, a brother had got murdered by the stop sign. You see what I'm saying? So it's crazy. Like this block is like protected, but everywhere else, like around, it's like just bullets and shooting, fighting, car accidents, all types of stuff. It's crazy. I remember when I was coming home on the bus, right? I was coming home on the bus, and by the Subway and the Family Dollar and the Aldi's, it was like a whole crime scene. Like they take the whole damn block. And I was like, damn, like, I got to get off right here so I can walk to my crib. So the bus had to take a different route, and I ended up walking 2-3 blocks or whatever like that. But when I looked on the news, a kid, a 1-year-old, and the sister had got shot an hour before I got there. An hour before I got there. And I was like, damn, I was like, I came at the right time. Because like what happened was it was 2 cars. One was driving and they saw each other and they were enemies. These 2 dudes. And they started shooting at each other as they're driving, passing by on the busy ass street.
Right.
And so, but they say that one of the vehicles was tinted. And so as they're shooting, they're missing the person. They both missed each other, but the bullets end up going to the car, hitting the 1-year-old baby, and it hit the sister that was in the passenger side, but not the driver, but at close range. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And it grazed her in the shoulder. She survived, but the baby did not. It's crazy. I say good night, man.
Wow.
Once again, that is not a coincidence. You have to do everything in your power to protect yourself and make sure that the Most High is on your side. Because if you are on the other side of Him, things can end up very badly for you. Like what's going on right now in the earth, it's not going to let up. It's when I say back to back, like for example, y'all remember for a time you heard, like, y'all remember just sometimes you hear stories about Black people dying, but then I remember being in 9th grade and seeing that Martin had been killed. From that day, around that time that he got killed, more and more people, Black and Hispanic people, get killed more frequently. Right? I've never seen this before. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, like sometime. And then, 2 years later, 11th grade, being a junior, I found the truth and realized what was really going on. And I was like, look, I need to do whatever I need to do to protect myself, from this. This is crazy. You know what I mean? And when you don't have the truth, you're scared. You're in fear. You don't know how to move, what to do. That's why some people they give up and they get high.
Right.
They give up and they hoard themselves out. Like, people just stay distracted by anything to keep their mind off of reality.
Right.
All right. But anyway, you want to say something?
Yeah, and the sad part is not everybody's given the same measure of strength.
Absolutely.
Because,
right.
One person, the Most High made the strong and the weaker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The weak say that I'm strong.
Right. And He made the strong to defend the weak. You see what I'm saying? Made the rich to empower the poor.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it, when you're under this oppression right here, it becomes like every man for himself.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's where the selfishness comes in with our community.
Right.
Yeah, like for example, I think I told y'all not so long ago, it was I heard a brother say out of his disgusting ass mouth. He said that I don't care that another Black person just got killed. I'm worried about myself.
Right. That's how
I said, good fucking night. Like, you are disgusting.
Just me and mine, and they don't understand that the Lord, when you have a mindset like that, the Lord will punish you inside your own house.
Yeah, and people like that deserve whatever's coming for them. You see what I'm saying? Like, he deserves to get hit in his mouth. It's a lot. Not by me. I'm not, But it's sad and just really disgusting. It's like, you don't care about yourself. You probably don't care about your mama, your daddy. See what I'm saying? If you got one. You don't care about your siblings. You probably just care about yourself and what is good to you, how you feel. Like, that is dangerous, man.
Right.
And that's like, people like that you will die around. Once again, be very mindful who you call friend, who you associate with, because some people is just out for themselves. You know what I mean? Like if we get into a fight, you know what I mean? Like, are you going to leave me on the battlefield? Are you going to leave me for dead? Are you going to leave me to be killed? Like, come on now. It's crazy, man. Like, that's why the nation of Israel has to do better. And this is once again why we do these classes. All right, keep going if you could. Baba shot.
Verse 15. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we just talked about that. Get that one more time, please.
The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine.
Right, meaning like the sword is not what's killing us. It's this other things that harm us. But right now, today, it's both. There's all type of weapons that is killing the nation of Israel. We still haven't forgot about police brutality. We haven't forgot about the gangs. Right. The child support is another weapon.
Yeah.
You got so many things that's happening that would, drugs as well. All these things are killing us. All right, keep going.
He that is in the field,
COVID too, Salaki,
shall die with the sword.
Say that one more time.
He that is in the field shall die with the sword.
Right. Keep going.
And he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him.
Right. That's happening all over the ghettos and the hoods. You know what? So also too, like I read other articles besides Minnesota, like our state, and just the things I've been seeing, I'm like, man, like, this is terrible. You know what I mean? Right. Terrible. Then I'm hearing about new strands of COVID. Still, it is a popular topic. I don't know if there's actual names yet, but they're saying there's other strands of COVID that should be approaching certain regions and areas.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yep. You want to say something?
Yeah, they mentioned one that's supposed to be 10 times deadlier than the COVID now.
Yes, that's what I heard. Yes, I don't know where it's at right now. I don't know if it's really in America yet, but they're saying that they're still like testing on it and trying to see what's happening.
What's good? It might be what's going on in India.
I was thinking about that. Otherwise, China. I was thinking about China and India.
The thing about it, China's kind of bouncing back
a little bit, slowly.
But India is catching hell.
That's good. Most
and, one of the reasons why India is catching hell is because the East Indians took on all of those false gods from Babylon, and and brought it there.
Right. Yes.
And then you have to think about it too. A whole lot of they're like kind of like a damn distributor of all of these different false gods and images and all of that. The East Indians are everything. They Christian, they Hindu, they Muslim, and all of those ancient gods from ancient Babylon. They have all of them.
Yes, they do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then these have become chief deceivers on the earth. Notice when they get hit with that COVID, can't none of them gods save them. Remember they was throwing them in the waters and everything?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Getting rid of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, hey, the Most High is everywhere.
Right.
He's everywhere. He's working, man.
And being the fact that they did that, the Most High might take his hand off a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He might. But then you have to think, where is it going to hit next?
Yeah, absolutely.
They catching the hell right now. Then it's going to hit somewhere else next.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? I think about that all the time because I thought it was going to be like, tag when it came to COVID and like America and China, because you remember how it was there and then here and then boom, boom, boom. I was like, good night. Yeah, the Most High is not joking around with this earth.
Right.
But no, I love how the Most High is attacking our enemies. You see what I'm saying? Because of our behalf.
Right.
That's the only reason why it's happening.
Right.
But we are also getting attacked because of our disobedience. All right. All right. Let's keep going.
All right. And he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him.
That's right. We just spoke about that. Keep going.
Verse 16. But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys.
I know. I'm stopping right there. Like, this is okay. Yeah, okay. But they that escape of them shall escape. Yeah. So pretty much like, I mean, what a good example would be like what the natives did when they ran from the curses.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Then it followed them later, like years later, and they got killed by Christopher Columbus and all that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We also too got a flashback to 70 AD.
There you go. Yes.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Because we was hiding out. We had to hide out in the Atlas Mountains.
Yeah. So I remember. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know,
I remember that shit. Yeah.
in order to get away from the Romans.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then we also hit amongst the Africans too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shaka Zulu. Remember Shaka Zulu, the part where all the Hebrews were laying around and it was like groaning and all of that. And you had the devil doctor that was, taken care of and said, these are the wandering Jews of Africa fleeing from the Pharaoh Shaka. You remember that?
Yeah.
Everybody remember that part?
I do.
At that time, Shaka Zulu was Pharaoh. And he was hunting us up on the mountains.
Yeah, go ahead. But no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that part of the movie didn't show who the real Jews are, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Of course they had to try a little bit, but they hate that. People hate that Shaka Zulu.
Yeah,
they can't stand that.
Yeah.
Remember I showed that to a Hamite one time when I was at Tipton, Georgia. He did not like that at all.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He couldn't stand it.
You keep going though.
All of them mourning, everyone for his iniquity.
Right, yeah, and that's perfect what you just said.
Right, that's what they was doing. They was laying there groaning and, for their iniquity.
And didn't this happen to someone else in the scriptures too, where I want to say it happened to the Egyptians, where the Most High like plagued them, like they had boils and swords and stuff like that. Where is that? You know what I'm talking about?
They played the Egyptians with the.
Yeah, like
I think it's got to be an Exodus.
I want to say it's Exodus. Where the Most High he had plagued them and they was begging for mercy, something like that.
Well, man, you might be thinking about when the Philistines had the Ark of the Covenant.
Okay, and the Most High just kept putting things on their body.
Yeah, he hit them with the emeralds.
There you go.
Right,
okay.
And then he gave them hemorrhoids in their booty and gored them. Serious. Yeah, the Most High gave them hemorrhoids, gave them butt cancer.
Good night.
Serious. The Most High gave them colon cancer.
Yeah, good night. No, that was crazy.
Right.
Yeah, that was tough.
And many of them died.
Yeah, many of them.
You know what I'm saying?
They did. Yep.
They had the goiters. The goiters also too is when when a person's testicle was one of them grow to be real big.
Oh, it enlarges.
Right.
Yeah. I heard that.
Goiter too. They had all kind of. Then the Most High had them to come up with an offering of gold and make gold mice.
Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah. Those the Philistines right there.
Okay. Yeah.
They had the Ark of the Covenant.
Not the Egyptians.
All of that bullshit about the Ark of the Covenant being in Ethiopia is bullshit.
Right, absolutely.
Because the Lord would have hit them with a plague similar if they had the Ark of the Covenant.
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. We keep going.
Verse 17. All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak.
Right.
Water.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Because of all the destruction, the punishment that has came onto our nation.
Right.
It's gonna break us down. And and that should be a humbling thing.
Right.
When the Most High breaks you down like that, because you can come back up and get strong, but how do you know how to get strong if you continue to, do the same thing that you got? It doesn't make sense. You are in a state of insanity.
Right.
All right. Same thing, expecting a different result.
Right.
That's not how it works. You being wicked is going to get you punished. You being righteous is going to give you glory and honor, and no punishment. You are going to be rewarded. All right. Go ahead.
All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. Verse 18.
Like light water. Yeah. Good night. Go ahead.
They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth,
Mm-hmm.
and horror shall cover them.
Right. Yeah. In a lot of cases in the scriptures, when things like this happen to us, we would dress in sackcloth.
Right.
What does that represent necessarily?
Mourning.
Yes. Yep. Mourning. Yep. Sackcloth.
Right.
Sorrow. Sorrow. Just like the like the funeral clothes that you will wear.
Right.
You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
And shame shall be upon all faces.
Shame shall be what?
Upon all faces.
Shame shall be shame shall be upon all faces. That's right. Once again, that's that humbling thing. You know what I mean? You having that shame, it's gonna humble you.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
And baldness upon all their heads.
Yeah, that was crazy back in the day.
Right.
Yeah, I know it doesn't happen right now, but with us necessarily. But back then, you have to shaving your head was a form of mourning.
Yeah.
Ripping off your clothes was a form of mourning. You know what I mean? And So,
right. I mean, I remember the first time I seen somebody do that. In our time with the fake Israelite congregation that they had their older brother taught them that they was Israelites and everything. He had a stroke, a real bad stroke, and he had his wife. He had his rib, shaved all of his hair off, bald, and shaved on his beard off.
Yeah, we don't do that shit no more. So
that's the first time I seen that. In that state of mourning.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I understand it, but I don't think we do that no more.
Right.
So like, I feel sorry for the brother, but I'm gonna keep my hair in my beard. All right. So like.
Yeah, he ended up passing away.
Oh, he did.
Years ago. Yeah.
So you said stroke or heart attack?
Stroke.
Okay. So the brother passed later or like.
He passed, a few years later.
Yeah,
that was the first
time.
time. Yeah, that was the first time I met him. I used to go after the nursing home to see him.
Because I mean, with strokes and strokes are a lot of times are fatal. Because there are stages of strokes. Now I remember a family member of mine. They're still alive. She was having a stroke, but she didn't know, and I was with her, and we had to call the police and stuff like that, because like she was like, I can't feel my left side, and I'm just like, catching a cold or something, like, what's going on? I didn't know what was going on with her. She was an older cousin of mine, and I was like, I don't know what's going on, and she was like, I could barely see, like I just feel weird, and we was grocery shopping at like a Cub Foods over north, and then later we found out when she went to the hospital, and I got taken home. We found out that she had a stroke. And she didn't know. It was like slowly happened to her. Like she couldn't feel nothing on her left side. I was like, good night. And I was like, that's very interesting. And then I found out that if it was more severe, she could have died right there.
Right.
I was like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Right. It's like many stages of heart attacks and strokes.
Right.
Yeah, because it attacks your heart too, by the way.
Yeah.
So it attacks your organs.
Yeah.
So it can be fatal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yep. Yeah, so if one organ dies, the rest dies on top of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I learned that from the doctors in person. Yeah, yep. So if one organ dies necessarily, all of them can possibly die too.
Right.
Yeah. Right. All right, let's keep going.
Verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed.
What is that? What is that talking about?
Yeah, the casting the silver in the streets has to do because silver was a common form.
Yeah.
Gold, that wasn't your currency. That was your treasure. While the silver you use when you go out every day and purchase things and buy stuff, like that.
Right. Yeah.
In this day, it had like in 70 AD when we was running from the Romans, the gold and silver didn't mean nothing to us. It lost value just instantly, just like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it even going back to the time of Joseph. With the famine that was upon Egypt, gold and silver lost all of its value.
I remember that.
Just simple as that. Because what good is gold and silver when you can't buy no food?
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All the food is gone.
Right. Yeah. You starving and everything. What good is gold and silver?
Right. Let's keep going. Yeah, we kind of, Let's keep going.
Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord.
Right. Like once again, just like he said back in Egypt, at the time of Joseph, that was a perfect example, and this is a perfect example right now. All right. Go ahead. Hey, I mean, ain't they still talking about like certain values of like a penny, a nickel,
Right.
and dollars is going to change soon?
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
it's pretty much going to happen again.
Right.
In
Yeah.
a second. Yeah.
Yeah. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity.
Right. See what I'm saying? A stumbling block is something that's in the way. Keep going.
Right. Verse 20. As for the beauty of his ornament, he set it in majesty. But they made the images of their abominations and of their detestable things therein. Therefore have I set it far from them.
Right. And that lets you know why the Most High was punishing them. Because they were serving other gods. Like I love that. I love that precept. I want to say it's either in, I think it's Judges 10 and 14, where it says like in a day of trouble, call on to your gods. Don't call on to me, the Lord. Paraphrase. You know what I'm talking about? And I was like, that's heavy.
Right.
That's very heavy. You know what I mean? It's like why are you calling on me? Call on your gods.
Right.
For them to help you. I was like, damn, like the Most High snap.
Right.
Good night. So that's it on that?
That's it on that.
All right. You can call it.
Roger?
That's fine. Can you, yes, go on, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, yeah, that's a while. If you could, all right, Wapanya Hakadan, which means to face the east.
The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, you can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verse 8 through 13. Abinawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakaka, Taba'ah, Atazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ma'arakaza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashaman, the thunder now, the calm, call, Yabom, Basalak now, Kabawat now, Kasalak now, Kabawat now, Wala'ah, Tabi'ah now, Manasawan, Bob, Hausa now, Hayan, Kaya, Lakat, Malakwa, Wahala, Wahatapra, La'ulam, Aman.
The Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us of our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahari, Mayan, Yaba'ah, Azari, Ma'an, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arakaza, Al-Yatan, Lamawat, Bagalaka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yashal, Yahweh, Shamar, Yahweh, Kazal, Al-Yad, Yam Yanka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'ah, Hakikah, Barak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamar, Makal Yashamar, Atnapaska, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'atka, Wabawaaka, Ma'ita, why? I will know.
Oh, but I don't know. Okay. Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help.
From whence comes my help?
My help comes from the Lord.
My help comes from the Lord.
Which made heaven and earth.
Made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
Will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee.
Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold.
He
He that keepeth Israel.
that keepeth Israel.
Shall neither slumber nor
Shall neither
sleep.
sleep. The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The Lord is
hand.
thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve
Thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going
and
out
thy coming in.
and thy coming
From
in.
this time forth,
From this time
and
forth
forevermore.
and forevermore. Pray for the Hakak, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahushai,
Yahweh Shem Yahushai,
Baruch Hushai,
Baruch Hushai,
the thunder now.
Thunder now,
Hakak,
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 La
La'Pa'ah,
Slaki, La Rapa'ah,
La'Pa'ah,
Call Makala,
Kal Makalah,
Wakal Marawa,
Kal Marawa,
Hakak,
Hakak,
La Kahar,
Latahor,
Hamakazaran,
Matazar,
Hakak,
Hakak,
La Hakoyam,
Lahakim,
Hamatayam,
Makim,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Arakawat,
Arakawah,
Hada Salak.
Hatama'ala,
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 the Garson,
the Garsh,
Bashim Yahushai,
Hashem Yahushai,
Wadaman,
the power in English, Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahweh Shai,
Yahushai,
please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead,
power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai,
name of Yahushai,
thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Bashim Yahushai.
Bashim Yahushai,
Barak Lanau.
Barakmanah,
Wa'asharala.
Wayashah,
Wa'abiyah.
Habayat,
Sapari.
Sapari,
Barak.
Barak,
Pop.
Rakat,
Gun.
a gun,
A gun.
a gun.
Say the name of loved ones once. Everyone repeats the name once.
For time's sake, all of Israel.
All of Israel.
Israelite School, UPK.
Israelite School, UPK.
ISUPK, Minnesota.
ISUPK, Minnesota.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
ISUPK Minnesota.
ISUPK, Minnesota.
All of ISUPK.
All of ISUPK.
Bashim Yahushai.
Bashim Yahushai,
Wa'araman.
Wadaman.
Bless Israel in English. Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Lord, in the name of Yahushai,
bless us in Israel.
bless us in
In
Israel,
the school.
in the school.
Bless Hill Shield Protect.
Bless you, shield, protect.
Loved ones.
I love
In
you.
the name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahushai,
thank you.
be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alayim,
Al-Damiyah. Lakah.
Akai,
Al-Takaras.
Al-Takaras,
Al-Tashakwa.
Al-Tashkwa,
Al.
Al,
Kayahana.
Kayana,
Al-Yabika.
Ayabika,
Yaham.
Yaham,
Wan.
Yawan,
Ash.
Ash,
Al-Imaka.
Al-Mak,
Yaryama.
Yaryam,
Sawat.
Sawat,
Mayata.
Ayaka,
Yatazawa.
Yatazaw,
Atahuapaka.
Atazapam,
Amarwa.
Amar,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Manakidam.
Mulakiram,
Magaria.
Magad,
Walaa.
Wada,
Yatakar.
Yaskar,
Sham.
Sham,
Yashala.
Yashala,
Awak.
Awad,
Ayah.
Ayah,
Natazawa.
Yatazaw,
Baba.
Vad,
Yakadwa.
Yakab,
Ayaka.
Ayaka,
Maria.
Barya,
Yakaratwa.
Yakarab,
Alia.
Ali,
Awam.
Awam,
Wa.
Wad,
Yashamai.
Yashimai,
Aliyam.
Aliyam,
Moaba.
Moab,
Wagari.
Algar,
Gabal. Waimawan. Waimalak. Shah. Ain. Shabi. Tazawar. Gum. Ashawar. Nalawa. Mam. Ayawa. Zawa. Abundant. Gawat. Salah. Aisha. Aham. Kamadi. Siyasara. Ayabian. Barakao. Yashwa. Nashabadwa. Bayandara. Hayawa. Man. Ladama. Shatamba. Nara. Ya. Mawa. Arab. Wakazaaba. Wakazabak. Wakatazal. Manai. Call. Nasakamba. Shah. Marwa. Narasha. Lanawa. Nawa. Alahayim. Alahaya. Shatamba. Goka. Spanya. Roka. Ash. Shabar. Yara. Wakalahaba. Dalahat. Harim. Han. Dardap. Basaraka. Basa. Faka. Tabalaham. Malaha. Anyaham. Alawan. Wabakashwa. Shamka. Yahawa. Wabashwa. Anyaham. Alawan. Wabakashwa. Shamka. Yahawa. Wabashwa. Wabaawa. Aya. Wakapar. Wabadwa. Wadawa. Kayaka. Shamka. Yahawa. Baka. Ayawan. Kaharakiza.
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence. O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. And be not still. O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. They consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come. Let us cut them off of being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, the Garians, the Baal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the habitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Go to them as into the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which spirits that endure. They became as dung for the earth. Make the nobles like Orid, like Zeed. Yea, are the princes as Zabah, and as Amun, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of God in possession. Oh my God, make them like a will, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Through the faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Lord, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. All things living. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the heathen. That speak against us. Like prophets. The teachers. The princes. The priests. The Israelite brothers. In the school. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the heathen. And shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel, and refuse to give to the school, force their riches, sanctuary, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction in the nation, in the drug dealers, the court system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, polycomatizers, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, United Space Program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airwaves, the cable access channel, and the radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, trying to stop us, and broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues hit the house of the thief and the murder. Let Yahweh shine, Michael and Gabriel, come down to flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels who have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause it to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you always. So be it. Sorry. I never get tired of that damn scripture. I mean, you know something. Pray. Sure. I'm gonna go on one last time. All right, that's the end of the Sabbath service. You can catch us next week as we do our, regular classes. With that being said, that concludes it. Clap it up. Make sure to pay your tithes. Shalom.